Om Shanti. This is the continuation, okay, of the previous session. There are so many things about scriptures, actually, okay, but one thing to be noted, okay, it doesn't matter how much we go back and forth in supporting what we believe, okay, based on scriptures. The main point is, whatever we are believing, we don't have the firm evidence it's true, okay? Nothing other than just my feeling, or maybe I had vision about something. Okay, that's not the firm proof. Okay, so that's we have to target it. Okay, where is it going? Okay, what is it summing to? Okay, so what is the main point? That we have been scattered because of multiple opinions. Right now, the essence of the scriptures can only be told either by poet who wrote it or God himself. Okay, poet, they also went into the cycle of birth and death and they have been degraded. Okay, now how can we would know the truth? God himself comes. Okay, so very important in this lesson. Then you would tell me like why you're using scripture references. I'm telling you to show you the examples. Okay, I'm basically using it to show you the examples how it has changed. Okay, and how it has been misunderstood. So now it is important. It's not wrong. Scriptures are not wrong, but lot of things that has been added, okay, it's in a body conscious way. It doesn't really match with the original writing of the author. Okay, and we are not able to figure that out. Okay, so all those things are definitely like something like a poison. Okay, but there are so many things which are right, but we don't know how to understand it. Okay, take it, actually articulate it. Okay, from a spiritual perspective. Okay, that brings the harmony between us. That's what God is doing right now. Okay, when you start listening to him after you finish Rajayoga part 1, you go to Rajayoga part 2, it will be very clear to you. Just give yourself 3 to 6 months. You will see it. What am I trying to tell you? Okay, one of few examples I already gave, but everything needs to be sorted out, which can only happen when we study directly from him. Okay, so very important to know, like in the video you already have seen, okay, initially how in the scriptures, even about 5,000 years cycle, it had indicated like Kaliyuga's age is about 12 years. Okay, and in addition to that, as well as excavation proofs, as they had mentioned, right, about like it is about 5,000 years. Okay, all that archaeological evidence is very important to understand. There is no firm archaeological evidence. Okay, lot of predictions are there. It has a lot of things are there. They have predicted it changed. Okay, so even in the measure, how do they know something is longer than 5,000 years? Because they have some sort of measure, right? They have set somewhere, considering cycle to be billions of years, then it is passing 5,000 years. If they change it, okay, they have not even studied the scriptures. They have not even evaluated these facts as well. Okay, in the scriptures, if they would, okay, consider all the facts, then they will change their opinion about the measurement they are using. So very important to understand. Okay, this 5,000 years, because of changing the 5,000 years to billions and lakhs of years, all the other predictions, age of the predictions has changed. Okay, very important. So God brings us into our attention, like, look, before it was 5,000 years. Even in Mahabharat Puran, it has mentioned 5,000 years. You can go through this slide if you would like. Okay, there is prophecies by Govind Vakya. He has mentioned 5,000 years. Okay, is mentioning about the scenery of the Kaliyuga. Okay, so 5,000 years ends at the end of the Kaliyuga. Okay, even Bible mentions 540 years of world cycle. End was 1914 as per the prophecy. Okay, but the New Testament mentions as a 6,000 years actually. Okay, so this is the, you can see the proofs. Okay, and they have used this, all these numbers. Look at this, 12, 25, 20. Okay, so it is talking about day and night. Okay, 7 times Passover. It has so much connection with all these religions. You will learn that 9 main religions, and out of that, 7 of them, they are in the copper age, which is copper and iron age, total becoming 2,500 years. Okay, um, 7 of the major religions, okay, which over the period of time, like of the body conscious religion we are talking about. So if we really understand this knowledge given by God, we can connect all the scriptures, and we can really bring that similarity that brings us together, not just some superficial aspects. Okay, that's what God is doing, actually, revealing the truth. Okay, even in Muslims, in Quran, they have as well, um, which is connecting with this about God's messenger. Okay, about being the revealing the God's messenger of the covenant. Okay, so this is also through which whom God is being revealed right now. Okay, he is also known by other religions as a okay, it is known, sorry, he is known as Kalanki. Okay, in Hindus, this is the messenger. Okay, even Jews say, right, they are waiting for some the messengers to come, messenger to come, right? They don't really believe Jesus Christ to be the final messenger of God. Okay, so who is that messenger? They don't know, but God says now that messenger is here. Okay, so the revelation of the messenger, individual prophets too, like Jesus Christ, Abraham, it is only possible when we recognize the ultimate messenger, okay, through whom God is going to reveal them. Okay, so that messenger's name also has indicated in the scriptures as Mahdi, Masiha, okay, Maitreya. Okay, he's none other than the father of humanity, who is also referred to as Adidev, Shankar by Hindus, Adam by Christians, Adam by Muslims, Adinath by Jains. Okay, and in whom God has come. Okay, right now. Okay, and you will know more about it in the future session. Okay, these are the predictions as well. You can definitely able to read it. Again, we'll have it in the description box. Okay. So it has clearly mentioned, okay, the great person will appear in Bharat, who will be the master of all scientists, will reveal the secrets of soul and the supreme soul. Okay, so think about it. All this new information, from where it's the source through which it's coming is God only, but through this messenger. Okay, as it's predicted, that's what's happening. Okay, he'll be a great scholar of scriptures and humanitarian. Okay, he has studied all the scriptures actually, in whom God comes, that biggest messenger. That's why everybody connects with him, right? He becomes father of humanity. Anderson from America, actually, he also has mentioned the power and reputation of a great person born in the land of Bharat will rise. Okay, so it's indicating that great person will be where in Bharat only. Okay, this person will be the most elevated messenger in history. He will prepare a constitution for the people through which there will be one language, one united state, on one highest judiciary, one flag for the entire world. Okay, from Gerard Kreise from Holland, it says in Bharat, a great person has born who will make plans for the benefit of the world. Okay, Jewel Born also has mentioned the most capable person in the world has incarnated. He will change the world. Okay, his spiritual revolution will spread throughout the world. Okay, his followers will appear in the form of a capable institution. They will gradually spread their influence in the whole world. The great person was born before 1962. Okay, who will disclose new secrets about the soul and the supreme soul. Okay, new religious revolution. Okay. Now, Professor Kido also has mentioned Bharat will rise up in the form of the leading power. Okay. And it says in here, Gopinath Sastri, that a great person incarnate, and as a result of this, the education system will change. Okay. By such a religious gathering in the land of Bharat, whose guide is God Himself, the religious ashram will work as a centers for awareness of people. Okay, so you can see, right? All those things cannot be just made up. Okay, so that messenger is actually has arrived. Okay, whose mention is in all the scriptures. Okay, so in here also, see, 1260 years have been mentioned in Revelation, right? In Bible as well, the period of trampling in 1260 years. So you can see this 1200s. Okay, there is similarity, right? 1200, 1260 plus 1260, it has come to 2520. So that's what God is saying. Each age is 1250 years. Okay, and that's why the heaven is 2500 years, hell is 2500 years. Okay, it's close to, it has mentioned in other scriptures as well. So think about it, it is correlating now. God is bringing the ultimate fact in front of us. Okay, it's very, very important to have the correct beliefs. Otherwise, we will not be able to recognize God. We will not be able to even have the alertness and realization of we are the soul. Okay, time plays a major role. Awareness of where we are plays a major role. Correct belief, having correct belief about it. Okay, and as far as the world population goes, and here we'll go to the greatest blunder of the divine concept. Okay, but in here it's very clearly visible. Okay, there are a lot of predictions as well, like the scientists are saying that and not forget about just believing the predictions. Look at like what's happening in the world, the current state of the world. Okay, it's very obvious that this world cannot last for long. Okay, everything is deteriorating like at a faster speed. Okay, and the earth is already carrying capacity. Then think what would happen. Okay, if there were another, people believe as like we have so many years to finish Kaliyuga. Okay, the word impossible is not enough to express. Okay, so very, very important that it has already reached to its maximum capacity, even right now as being end of the 5,000 years. Okay, so why they have now, let's focus on that, why the number has changed. Okay, from 5,000 to millions and lakhs of years. Okay, so as you can see here, earlier, okay, in the known text, okay, the way they had come up with the calculation, total, they said, total cycle is 12,000 years, actually. Okay, initially. The Kaliyuga was 1200 years, and then they used the ratio of 1, 2, 3, 4. They thought, golden ages, golden age is 4 times ratio. As far as ratio goes, greater. Silver age is three times, and copper age is 2 times. Okay, bigger, you can say, than the Kaliyuga. So that's how they calculated it. Knowing basically the fact of 1200 years of the Kaliyuga. Okay, and then they came up with the 12,000 years. Okay, adding all the years of the 4 ages. Okay, and that's why it says सत्यु की आयु 4 गुणी, 4 times, त्रेता की 3 गुणी, right? द्वापर की 2 गुणी, कलयुग की 1 गुणी बताया. Okay, now this divine year concept, which basically it says that using a divine year, okay, they have increased the number, okay, from 12,000 to lakhs of years. Okay, so divine year concept says that one day in this world, because their mentality or philosophy is that heaven is up above. Okay, whoever had created this big number, okay, the human gurus, and then that mistake just carried forward, and we just created an image, we just created an impression. Okay, they believed one day is equal to one human year. Okay, one day of deities, okay, is equal to one human year in this earth, because they saw, right, that demigods, um, they live at a different place. Okay, to match with that, okay, the duration of the Satya millennium, okay, equals 400 years of 4,800 years of demigods. The duration of Dwapar millennium equals 2,400 years. That of Kali millennium is 1,200 years. Okay, so as forementioned, 1 year of demigods is equal to 360 years of the human beings. Okay. But there was no clear mention here of the exact span of a year of a life for demigods. Okay. So that's how they multiplied 360, and that's how they came up, they increased the age of H yuga. Okay. And here is the, you can look at the calculation. Okay. So that's why right now the ages that they have come up with, okay, they believe that, oh, okay, total Kaliyuga is now 432,000 years in total. Okay, and everything else is just the number has become extremely large. Okay, that's why people think we still have 40,000 years left, still for Kaliyuga to finish. Okay, so this the concept of the divine year has become meaningless, not just to one person. They just like Burgess, okay, had commented on that. We call this the father of mathematician PC Mahalanobus. He also mentioned here. He said in order to make the narrative interesting, very obvious exaggeration and mythological implications were introduced, so that many supernatural stories have become now mixed up with the original historical narratives. Okay. Um, okay. So it was said by him as well. There is some system underlying the exaggeration. Okay. Um, Initially, like in one of the scripture references, even when you heard about how the changes in the Gita occurred, just like Krishna was a hero and then he made a god, same thing. Indra was a human being hero, okay, and then he became a god. Same thing was Ram. Ram was Maryada Purushottam, then they made him god. Okay, later we will understand that everybody is God. Okay, they said that everybody has God in them. So it changed over the time. So things that we are believing that has not been the reality, it's so deep. Okay, if you want to understand about different changes that has occurred at different places, we can talk. But when you learn directly from God, He Himself is going to bring it into your attention when you go to Rajayoga part 2. Okay. Again, here there are the writings, okay, of Burgess as well. In the writing, in his writing as well, he had mentioned, okay, that divine year is an afterthought, and that the period of um, so long of the years, right, here, um, is an expansion, okay, of the earlier ones of 12,000. Okay. Okay. So 4 lakhs, think about it. Okay. That, okay, so basically 4 millions they have increased to. Okay. Okay, just like as you can see in here, right, in the writings of Burgess as well, okay, he mentioned that how a divine aid is an afterthought, okay, how it has expanded, okay, the age had been expanded, okay, over the time. Just as far as another references goes, Sri Yukteswar Giri, he has also falsified the age of Kaliyuga to be 432,000 in his book of Holy Science. Okay. And then there is another mentality or philosophy that they have used, that it's all about the position of a sun. Okay, the sun had reached the point of its orbit, so they have used this. Also, they've taken account all the positions of the planets. okay, some of the position of the planets, Sun and Jupiter, in order to really also come up with that number. Okay. Again, our point is not to dive in deeper in that. Point is to stick with the point, the essence that okay, it has been noticed that okay, this is not the reality what I'm believing, right? It has not been the same. So something that is real, truth, it will be the same today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. Okay. It will apply to everyone. It will be connected to everyone. It will harmonize everyone. It will bring the power. Right? There is definition of truth itself. I don't want to go in depth of it, but there is definition in the PDF file. One of the PDFs file that I will have in the description box, it will have the definition of truth. Okay, so think about it. Things that changes is not the firm support of truth. Okay, it cannot be created by God. Okay. Um, so Srimad Bhagavatam also has the reference on that. So I hope you got the feeling now, right? That 5,000 years um, of the cycle. Okay, it has it is the reality, and then how it has changed. Okay, one of the other reason why they have increased is because they don't need to give an account. They didn't know about past and future. Okay, so that's why they didn't. If people asked human gurus, they didn't have the answer. Okay, so that's why increasing the ages, nobody will question them. Okay, God's teaching supports with earlier evidences when scriptures were in the sattvic stage. There is also a connection with the day and night of Brahma. Okay, but it is more connected with Bhagavad Gita references. I will have this PDF, but if you would like to know, okay, how it's connected, we will bring it up, okay, when we list it in the Bhagavad Gita slok section. Okay, so I hope now you got some idea regarding spring equinox. I was telling you earlier, this is in this slide, okay. The festival of spring equinox is a memory of heavenly day being the same duration of clashing opinion of that of a clashing opinion hellish night. Okay, so the spring equinox is considered auspicious in the memory of the dawn of the world cycle, when at the confluence of the old cycle and the new cycle, the god son of wisdom rises, okay, by self-manifesting in the bodily chariot of Arjun, Adam Rudra. Okay, so I think it's all, and then here is it's a day and night, 2 equal halves. Okay, so all these calculations are there too. Okay, so I think that is good. And one of the things that is very important point, it will be very shocking for you, right? If the Gita is if Gita only is spoken by God at the here right now, okay, this is the time now. Currently, Gita has been spoken, so Gita is not really written, okay, in the copper age. Gita is only spoken when deities are there, demons are there, God is there. Okay, in the Kaliyuga we were demons, God was not there. So it's at this time. Okay, so this is Mahabharat war is taking place right now. So a lot of evidences are there about Mahabharat war taking place at this time. Okay, that requires a session. Okay, you want to know, let's have in a 7-day session that we will meet. Okay, we said, right, that this course requires that 7-session conversation. Okay, so that way we can cover all these new things as well as see where you stand and help you understand, because this can't be understand just by listening to it. You have to make an effort, okay, on coming forth and clearing all these things, diving deeper. Otherwise, this has just become like something it's nice to hear, but it will not bring the transformation. Just knowing tidbits and bits of facts and accepting it, it's not going to bring the transformation. How to put all the facts together to bring the realization and the transformation within us, that's where the effort is required. Okay. People say they don't have time, but at the same time, you're struggling. So we have to somewhere give the time, but if the time will not remain, then what will you do? Right, we have to we have to take out the time. In the time we have, that's the only time we can use, right? So this is that time is going on, we should give the priority to get into all these things. Okay, and of course you don't have to pay, so what's the big deal if you can able to come closer to the truth? All right, best wishes. Om Shanti. We are going to cover one more session. Just deities are not God, and that's it. Okay. All the other facts about Mahabharat being here and all those things, it will be all the other things that you might have. We can talk about it. Om Shanti.